a person spends 10 very long years working on a single project. Is it good? Is it brilliant? Is it touched by the hand of God herself and heaven fucking sent? Or, or is our hypothetical artist a hyper obsessive perfectionist, too myopic to realize their work is only just meh? Who knows? Really? Mid perfection? It could go either way. But imagine another person, the same 10-year time span, obsessively working on and completing hundreds of projects. Sure, a lot of those projects may be trash. A chunk of them may be good. Some of them, well, the sheer volume suggests that, at the very least, a few of the projects might even be brilliant. My name is Krumbine, and I make videos about the intersection of creative expression, creative process, and mental health. If you dig the gist of my jive, if you just want to hang out, or if you just need a little support on your own creative journey, be sure to like and subscribe. It's free, and it means a lot. So, listen, I am certainly not advocating quantity over quality. There is a balance. But if the goal is to create something brilliant, your mathematical odds of success are literally better when you learn to embrace good enough. Look, I know. I know the idea is really hard. The whole concept. I struggle with perfectionism on an hourly basis. I made this. This work represents my creative expression. It has my fucking name on it. Personal creative, corporate creative. It's all the fucking same. I have a very powerful sense of creative pride that gets supercharged with obsessive hyperfixation, turning otherwise mundane creative projects into mental health nightmares. Put it this way. It is very easy to say perfect is the enemy of good. But it is a hell of a lot fucking harder to embrace it. But that doesn't make it any less true. And again, while I have zero interest in either advocating for or even myself playing the quantity game, there is something extremely valuable in learning to embrace good enough. For example, if everything is always perfect, we have no place to grow. creatively speaking. And since everything won't actually be perfect, but assuming we believe they are, we will be trapped in our own personal prisons of cognitive dissonance, unable to learn from our mistakes. If everything is already quote unquote perfect, there's no reason to refine our creative process. No reason to experiment and explore new techniques. No way to apply our expanding creative knowledge to the next project. Worst of all, if everything is already perfect, at least in our own fucked up brains, there's no point in building any creative momentum, leveraging and harnessing all these things, mistakes, refined process, creative knowledge, to propel ourselves onto new and exciting opportunities. Okay, yeah, so that is bad, but this is actually the worst. If we are stuck in the cognitive dissonance of creative perfectionism, we have absolutely no way of even realizing we're trapped, endlessly, obsessively working on this one single project, allowing all of our resources and bandwidth to be monopolized by the fucking fantasy of perfectionism. It's not worth it. Not for our art, and certainly not for our mental health. Perfect may be the enemy of good, but is good really the enemy of brilliant? Fuck no. One final point for my fellow corporate crusaders. Yes, perfect is the enemy of good, but in corporate creative, good is the enemy of a paycheck. And we are not talking about simply good enough here. We're talking about corporate good enough. Artistic integrity does not apply here. Mental health is the priority, right alongside that paycheck, right? And the more stable your personal, meaningful, creative projects are, and the less they are mired in obsessive perfectionism, the easier it is to find a healthy balance with corporate good enough. Let me know in the comments, is there a specific project you just can't let go of? Or have you managed to cross that ephemeral event horizon from good enough to creatively brilliant? And actually, speaking of creatively brilliant, if you have made it this far, you might want to check out the Peachy Donut Company story in my vlogalog series. It's about butt plugs, alien butt plugs. They insert, take over the host, An alien invasion is started by a shady Amazon.com vendor. Absolute creative brilliance. Absolutely. Alien butt plugs.